everybody been doing? Figured I'd finally come out here and make a video. It's been over, gosh, a year now since I made a video. But as you can see, I'm in the new shop now, so that's all good. Behind me, we've got a project in here. Yeah, I'll show that in more detail in a minute. Alright, well, the building is kind of a mess right now. I've got parts and stuff kind of scattered around. I have been trying to organize it out here a little bit. I haven't really, I don't really have any toolboxes or workbenches out here just yet. But this building is a 31 this way and a 26 this way. It's got 12-foot tall ceilings. It's not too bad on the small side. It is very hot in here right now though, but I can't run the fans and talk to y'all, so. But this truck is what I'm going to be making videos on, or at least try to. I know I ain't made a video in quite some time, and it's just mainly been because I haven't been doing anything. This building has been I've been waiting on this building. And I know I should have been filming since I got the building, and I should have also been filming since I started working on the truck, but I kind of got excited and wanted to work on the truck. Didn't think it was going to turn into what it's turned into, or it's going to turn into, but I'll get into that in a minute. But truck's got a 350. There's the motor. It's got a 400 automatic. There it is over there on the ground. That transmission is currently messed up. All forward gears are pretty much gone in it. They're there, but they won't pull. So it's burnt up pretty much. Truck does have a brand new gas tank and sending unit, from what I can tell, installed into it. So that's, pretty nice. The motor seemed to be pretty strong. Does have a 4-barrel quadrajet on it. Has had the valve covers resealed. They need some paint. I am going to repaint the whole motor and put a new fuel pump on it because I can, and I've got it out of the truck right now. I am working on, I got to get a new water pump pulley. This one is for a long neck water pump, I think, and that's a short neck, so it's not going to work. But it was a pretty strong running motor. At least it seemed like it was going to be a strong running motor. I haven't pulled all the plugs out and checked anything to see if it's a flat top piston motor or anything like that yet, but probably will. The truck, it's a 69. I ain't mentioned that yet. It's a 69. It's a C10 long bed. The truck's not in very bad shape. I'll throw a picture of what it looked like when I got it up real quick. But anyway, that's what it looked like when I got it. And I was originally just going to pull the transmission, have it rebuilt, put it back in, fix the wiring where they've messed it all up, and pretty much drive it. That's what I was originally going to do. And then I started looking into it a little bit more, realizing how bad the cab is. For starters, it doesn't have rocker panels anymore. It has, I think, what they fix a drywall with. You can see the metal that goes on like a drywall corner. That's what they made the rocker panel back out of. And that's not necessarily bad, but what's bad is there's nothing to put the weather strip into. And it kind of needs that for the door to seal. And it's the same on the passenger side, and the passenger side has actually been wrecked, and I'll show that real quick. But if you can see that, that's the door hinge. That's supposed to just be bolted flat to the cab, and it's not. This whole A pillar has been shoved in. And the floor pan's got a big buckle in it right there. And then you can see right about, where did I see it at? Right about in here. It's straight and then it curves down and in. And this rocker panel is extremely wide to make up for the lack of space or extra room. And even the dash is crumpled right there. I am going to try to pull that back out. I have an idea of how I can do it. I think I'm going to pull this door off. I got a big piece of angle iron. I think I'm going to drill holes in it, bolt it to the side of here, and then put a, what are them things called? A shackle? I think that's what it's called, a shackle. Or not a shackle, a U-bolt, or a clevis. Put a clevis on the bottom, and then I can just pull it out a little bit. There's no strength here, so it's literally just this. This is the strength. The cab brace has been disconnected. It's not even hooked to anything. The cab does have all the cab braces in it, believe it or not. It's actually pretty solid underneath. It's just the floor pan over there has some serious rust in it. And right now I've been working on getting the heater box and the wiring out because of that. Not supposed to be able to see outside of the truck from in here, but you can. All this is gone. I'm going to try to get this mat off of here and see what I can do to maybe make that better. I don't want to restore this truck. I just want to get it to where I'm driving it, I ain't getting wet in the rain. That's the main thing. But of course, some idiot cut the radio hole out and messed that all up. But I'm going to try to fix that. Here's most of the wiring. Here's the heater control. A light switch. And then crimp connectors. Because the original heater control is broke. The little pot metal arms are broke off of it. So I guess they fixed it the best they could at the time. But I got a lot of parts in the back of this truck. The bed on this truck is in very, very bad shape. From underneath, this is just a piece of steel plate someone put in it. And I mean, you can see the holes. Holes all eat in it. The bolts, the little U-bolt, U-channels that go under here. The braces, C-channels. The C-channel braces, they're all pretty much gone underneath. So the bed's just sort of sitting on the frame right now. I'm going to see if I can maybe replace this bed. But I'm not going to restore this truck. This truck is not going to get a paint job. It's not going to get anything too great. I am going to paint the top of the cab white. And I think I'm going to paint between the trim white. But I'm going to leave this green. Well, if I replace this bed, I'll have to color match. But I'm not going to paint any of the rest of it. I'm going to leave it all alone. One pretty bad thing about this cab is, it's not really a bad thing, but it can be fixed. Whenever they wrecked it or whatever they did, it tore the bottom fender bolt brace off. And instead of fixing it, they just took a piece of steel and welded it out and then drilled a hole in it and then drilled a hole in the bottom of the fender, and then they put a bolt in it about that long. I had a time getting that fender off because of that. But you can see around the heater box, it's been crumpled in. I'm going to try to get a slide hammer and pull that out right there so my heater will seal again. It wasn't even sealing, it was just laying there. Something else kind of bad about this truck is the steering box is actually cracked. The mounts are cracked. I'll turn the steering wheel and you can watch it. I can't really hold the camera still and do that. I'd set it up on a tripod for y'all to see it, but the whole steering box twists. And basically what I've found I think it's this hole and the other hole below it. The ones that are opposite of each other, they're cracked out. So I think I'm gonna clean this chassis up real good, or frame, pull that steering box off, clean it up in there. I might even remove this cross member on the front because it ain't nothing but 4 rivets, and the 2 on this side are loose anyway. So I think I'm gonna take that cross member out of my way, and then I can cut me some plate to go in there and kind of fill that, just sort of brace the frame up basically. This isn't a very strong or structural integrity important part of the frame other than that steering box, because it's not between the wheels. It sticks out of the front of the frame. So there's not a lot of weight on this part of the frame like there would be, say, under the cab or, under the bed. So I don't feel very worried about welding on that or, bracing it. I don't think it'll cause a stress crack in the future, is what I'm saying. So I'm going to try to fix that and make that better. But the real troubling part about this cab is this, which this isn't a big deal, but it's what's under that's the big deal. All of this right in here, that's straight into the floor pan. This isn't that bad because it's into the water duct anyway. But in here, this thing here has nothing to go in. It was literally just laying there, and as you can see, all that metal right in there is basically gone. So I'm gonna have to, I think what I'm gonna do is cut this out right here and just put a patch in this, and I can get in there and maybe fix that air duct a little better, because this truck don't have air conditioning. And in my 65, if it wasn't for those, I would burn up. Those circulate air in there on you, keep your legs cool, and that makes a pretty big difference when that happens. But I'm going to try to fix all of that the best I can. That's the only thing that's really bothering me about the whole thing. The rocker panels aren't no big deal. The floor pans aren't a big deal. The inner rocker's not a big deal. This right here is going to have to be replaced. They make the whole thing that comes up past this door hinge. I think I'm just going to get that whole piece because it's rusted out right there. And chances are, if it's thin here and thin here, it's probably thin around this too. On my 65, that actually cracked and broke out. It had done something similar to this, not quite as bad as this one, but it was similar. So I figure if it was bad, this one's probably almost there. But other than that, I mean, this cab is not terrible up top anyway. Like all the metal under the windshield, all that stuff's good. It has one hole right there that I can see. Might have some more up above here. All that looks to be solid. I don't know if it's full of Bondo, but it looks solid. I'm just going to throw this truck together pretty much as simple as I can without spending a bunch of money on it, because I mean, this truck would probably take over $10,000 to make it decent just in metal. So I'm going to try to fix it with what's here and replace what needs replacing. I do have a decent driver's side door, but what happened to this door is kind of weird. I had to fix this where the hinge goes. This actually cracked under here. There's an internal and an external. This is the external skin, and then there's an internal brace that ties in here, and then goes the whole length of this door and ties into the bottom of the door. But that had actually broke right under that metal there. So I pretty much had to open this door up, and it was also a crack all the way down this So it was basically the whole door was flexing right here. It's flexing this way and this way. And it's just getting worse and worse. And this is the real funny part to me. Here's the door hinge. You see all that gobwheel? That was a lot worse. I've cleaned a lot of it up. But this whole door where the hinge goes, they had welded the door hinge to it. So I had to literally grind the freaking door hinge off the door. But I am going to replace this door hinge because the catches wore out and the pins wore out, so it's not a big deal. Door hinges are cheap. They're like 50 bucks or 30 bucks or something. They're not a lot. But I think I'm going to replace this one. The bottom one, I think I'm going to rebuild it. I can get the new bushings and pins and everything. All the glass in the truck's good except for the windshield. The windshield is hazed really, really bad. You can see bubbled up, blistered up. I'm going to replace the windshield. When I do that, that's when I'm going to paint the top white. I'm also going to throw a new sliding back window in it because I like those sliding back windows. They're tinted, and for a non-AC truck, you open that up, you got more air, so that's always a good thing. But it's got a very good seat. This seat is in really nice shape. No holes. It has been recovered. I can see the foam right in there where they recovered it, but it's still a nice seat. It's got one little hole, like right there, but that's it. And it's on the passenger side, so it doesn't matter. The driver's side's in great shape. But the inner core support is kind of solid-ish. It does have some rust where the battery went, and so does the inner fender where the battery went. It's actually in pretty bad shape. You see that whole thing? It's supposed to look like that, and then that's what it looks like now. So that's going to need some, fabrication. Which I'm not afraid of fabrication. It doesn't bother me a bit, especially on something like this. It doesn't really matter. This is I consider this to be practice. You're practicing your fabrication skills. You're getting better at it. I would much rather practice on something like this than say a 57 Chevrolet or my 53 or something that's going to be more important to me. This truck is not really that important. It's not really that nice either. But it's going to be a decent driving truck when I get done with it, I hope. It's got a real good hood, though. The hood and the one fender. This fender here is in really bad shape. I think it might have been wrecked because it's all bent up around the wheel arch, and the inner structure, that right there, has all been bent out, and just weird stuff has happened to it. And then they bondoed what out of that and fixed it back. And that's just sort of, it's just laying there. So I'll be taking the trim off of that fender and putting it on another one, I hope. The driver's side fender is in really good shape. Or it's not in really good shape, but it's decent. It's good enough. Paint on it's good, everything's good. It'll be nice enough for this truck. The hood's probably the best piece of metal on the whole truck. The hood's in really good shape. No rust, no holes, no dents, no nothing. It's just a solid old hood. And then there's the front bumper. It's gone. There's no hope for that one. It's been bent in too much. The grill's over here. And it's in pretty decent condition. The plastic's still in it, and it does have some dents and damage, but it's not bad. I'm going to try to get this to come out, but I'm not going to worry about the rest of it. I think the rest of the grill will be just fine. Look good enough anyway. It did have a 4-row radiator in it. There it is. It's in really good shape. It'll be going right back in it. It's brass. It's clean inside. I'm probably still going to flush it, but it's pretty decent. There's what they had behind the back seat with two junky speakers bolted into it for the radio. There's the cowl vent, what's left of the original driver's side door panel. Yeah. Passenger side is the same way, where they covered it with foam, and the foam held water and it rusted from the inside out. There's the crappy radio that I throwed in the bed of the truck, literally. And here's their glove box. Yeah. Made out of a pegboard. This truck was last on the road, I think, in 2018. That's what a lot of that paperwork in that glove box says. And then also there's an oil change sticker on the windshield right there. And it also says 2018. So I guess 2018, around that time, was when this transmission probably went out, and whoever had it said, "I'm done with you," and sold it. But the wiring on this truck is a mess. It's a weird thing how they had some of it. That grill has little plastic inserts that pop into it, and then it has coarse thread screws that screw into those plastic inserts. Well, they had took a piece of wire and wrapped it around one of those screws, and then it ran with a house wire nut to another piece of wire that then run over top of the motor, then was twisted to another wire that then ran inside of the cab, and then it was hooked into another wire that come back out of the cab and went under the truck. So I have no idea what that was. You know, just weird stuff. Stuff I don't know why they did it. This red wire here, I have no idea what this red wire is. It's hooked to the fuse box, and it's through an original thing, but again, I have no idea what it does. It's been cut off, and it's just hanging there. Those two mystery wires, they're hanging under the truck now. Have no idea where they go. That's original. That's the brake wire for the warning light on the dash if your brakes ain't working. And then in here, it ain't much better, as you can see by the remnants of wiring. But yeah, I got more work cut out for me with this one, definitely. But I am going to try to make some videos on this truck as I tear into it and start getting more stuff done on it. I should have done that from the start, but like I said, I don't know. It's just been sort of, I don't think about it, for one. I don't think to grab my camera when I come out here, and so I just don't make any videos. I do have a tripod now, right there, so I can finally set something down and work on it, and y'all can see me do it, which would be nice. That's something I haven't been able to do before, and now I can finally do it. I can actually make a decent-ish video. But look for some more videos to come out on this thing, but I think I'm going to call it one on this one. We're almost to the 30-minute mark of filming. And then I'll have to edit this down a little, I'm sure, because there's some stuff that I'm going to have to cut out. Nothing y'all missed, but just walk betweens. But yeah, look forward to seeing some more of this, because I'm definitely going to make some videos on this. And I will see y'all on the next video. Bye-bye.